Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to August 2025's Energy Update. I'm Kacie, and I'm here to deliver a message specifically to the soul workers and light leaders who are here to really anchor in the energy of the new paradigm. So, things are getting really real. And I don't love delivering messages like this, but for the past 6 years, I have been sharing updates that are like, get ready, things are going to get intense, we need to be prepared, things are going to ramp up, there's going to be more polarity, more division, because we're really in this birthing of the new earth energy right now. And everything that is not aligned with the new frequency that we are co-creating on the planet is falling apart. And so things are really chaotic right now. And what I saw when I was checking into August was this energy that I will be really clear came through as shit or get off the pot energy for lightworkers, healers, and new paradigm leaders, anchors of this new paradigm. What that means is there is a really strong energy of needing to decide, to choose, to be all in with the new energy focus, as opposed to trying to hang on to the old paradigm ways of being and ways of moving in the world, ways of thinking, breathing, believing. All of that old stuff is going to start to continue to crumble. It's going to accelerate with the crumbling. So what I was seeing was people that were standing on the old paradigm frequency, which is the one of scarcity, lack, separation, fear, us versus them energy. It was like they were standing on this plateau with a cliff or canyon beside. And in August, that plateau that they've been standing on, even though they're at the edge of it, it starts to crumble. It was very cinematic, like being in a movie, and it starts to crumble and they have to run away. And what I do foresee is that not everybody is going to choose to activate the leap of faith that's needed to say, you know what, I'm going to live in this new paradigm energy. And then what's going to happen is that they're going to get slapped around energetically, and shit is going to be difficult, more difficult than it could be, with simply making the choice to focus on the new paradigm embodied experience. Now, we are still cleaning and clearing out all of the trauma and drama of the old paradigm. It's not that you have to be done with that. It's really that you're choosing your focus. Like, you can either be looking down at the crumbling and almost, I see some people being frozen to the ground in panic and they don't make a move, or there's people that are like, oh, that's coming. And then they choose. They're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come into this new paradigm energy. And then there's another group that are already living it. The new paradigm is the one where we remember our divine connection. It's the frequency bandwidth that is higher, not necessarily better, but I certainly prefer it, where we have access to more. We remember who we are. It's the frequency of abundance instead of scarcity. It's the one where we remember our divinity and our co-creation capacity. It's the one where we remember who we are, what we came here to do. We actually get to live in that divine union with the all that is. Not erasing our individuality and our personalities and identity, but celebrating the remembrance of, hey, we're all these different fractals of the divine experiencing everything at this time. And the ones who are going to choose or have already chosen to live and embody that frequency are going to actually be reaping these energetic and physical rewards over the coming years. Because shit is gonna get real, and shit is still gonna continue to get more chaotic, and systems are gonna crumble, and it's gonna just be dramatic. So it's this inner choice of embodying the frequency of our divinity, of our true self, being reconnected to the divine flow, choosing love instead of fear, unity instead of division, compassion instead of judgment, and not just doing it from the mental level, but doing it from this embodied place. The treasure trove of rewards is just, it's opening up for us. It's already happening. So energetically, when you choose this frequency, it doesn't make life less full of challenges, but it does almost make you immune to the effects of feeling like you're going to be done in by them. You have this inner resilience because that divine flow comes with unlimited support and energy and love that fuels you. It is an absolute shift from the old to the new, and there has been this bridge across from the old to the new, but the bridge itself is part of what is crumbling. So we've got to choose, right? And it's simply that choice to focus on the new and not exclusively on what has been and what is crumbling, and to choose to be part of the new energy and to anchor it in, no matter that not everyone is yet. Choosing to be a pioneer, choosing to be the embodied example of what is possible, that is going to bring you riches beyond your imagination. And I'm not saying it's easy. There are challenges that come with it, but that choice puts you into this new space where the resources will start coming to you. And there are places and training grounds and mentors and opportunities available to support you in embodying this new light. So my communities have been doing this work for some time now, many years, but I have never, ever felt like they were more important than right now. So I have memberships, masterminds, mentorship available for those who want to practice in being that energetic frequency, like embodying it, emanating it, and need to be in a community where the magic is normalized. Because when you can be in that energy, my God, it's so good. Like, I can't even tell you the peace, the bliss, the ecstasy, the pleasure, the potency, the abundance, the flow. It feels so freaking good. It is everything that we have been seeking and desiring from, that we've like excavated from within. And I have the tools and the templates and the structures and the practices that will support your body and nervous system in being able to access this level of light. If it's not with me, get into community with other people who feel more resonant with you. But we cannot do this shit alone anymore. It's not available. We cannot lone wolf it because we are supposed to be reconnecting to the ecosystem of the truth of like how things are supposed to flow and how things are supposed to work. So I want to share with you a little piece of information about how you can best handle this energy after you choose to be the embodiment of this light, of this frequency, of this energy in this beautiful divine expression of, again, what is possible. So I'm going to be using my Elemental Oracle deck that gives us one piece of the puzzle of the unified field of creation. And I want to actually start here with the energy of spirit, which is the ineffable, right? That's the quantum, the essence expression of what is right now. And these cards really support me in being able to make sure that I have a focus on everything we need. And I want to gift some of that energy to you. I can't make this shit up. I'm laughing because as I was talking, I pulled the unified field card, which is what I'm talking about. It's remembering that we are part of the unified field. We are not separate from everything, and we need to learn how to work energetically with all of the different components because we're moving out of the time where things could be separate and we could just master one thing. We have to have this wholeness integration now of everything and how it all works together and how it all flows together. And the specialization has brought us depth, but we need the wholeness now. We need the width, we need the breadth, we need for it all to make sense together. So this is where we get to focus our energy. It's like, how do different pieces weave together? How are the body and mind supporting each other? How does soul need to come in to be expressed? What does our heart need to say? What does it need to do with it? How does the mental realm actually affect the nervous system? We need to understand all of those pieces so we can embody these frequencies. These are some of my favorite teachings to share, the how it all works together, how each piece of the puzzle is coherent, and how we can bring that down to earth. So the earth in this deck represents, and in the elemental work that I do, represents the physical world as well as some of the systems and structures in it. So what's coming through here is the energy of tending to the earthly realm. So sometimes when we're focusing on evolution, ascension, all of those things, we can leave the body behind. We can think that the mental or the emotional or the spiritual have greater importance, but we came here to be embodied. And what I've been seeing over and over with my clients and my students is that the body needs more support than ever so that it can handle that light. We need to be consistently and constantly checking in with our bodies and saying, hey body, what do you need? What does our physical space need to have in it to support us? We can't get away with leaving the body behind anymore. For years, again, my self-care, I've been saying, we gotta up it. That has not changed. And in fact, we need to change how responsive we are to our bodies. This is also some of the work that I really love to do, is helping my clients and students in my communities really be able to converse with the body. Because the body is actually a multidimensional vessel made of light with access, if you know how to talk to it, to all the information you need. It is your companion. And a lot of us from the higher dimensional frequencies have been just annoyed at our bodies for maybe having illness or injuries or just being uncomfortable because we're not used to being in a meat suit. We're used to being disembodied beings of light. And I just want to encourage you to really check in with your body, check in with your nervous system, especially. Your nervous system is what translates light. And if you don't already have practices that help you tune into what your nervous system is doing and what state it's in, the parasympathetic or the sympathetic, we're going to need to have an understanding of that in order to be able to handle the up-leveling of the frequency, which is a lot for the human body. Like, it needs us, it needs support, it needs hydration, it needs the proper nutrition, it needs the reduction in inflammation, it needs the cell salts, like the cellular support, so we can receive these like frequencies without going crazy or getting sick. So the body has to come with us. That in August is going to continue to be highlighted and continue to be more important than ever. Most of us are getting upgraded, and like, whenever you're getting an upgrade, you need to check in with what you need now. That's the other thing. It's constantly shifting and evolving. So what was working for you might not be what you need now. And that's a pain in the butt, but we get to really keep looking every day and speaking with the body. Hey body, what do you need? Hey heart, what do you need? Hey nervous system, what do you need? And if you can't already speak to your body and get clear answers, come and hang out with me. This is part of what we do because it's essential at this point. If you don't know how, you are missing a massive piece of the toolkit that's going to help you not just survive, but thrive and enjoy the new energies. So speaking of enjoyment, I want to tune into the emotional realm, which is represented by the element of water. And water is basically supposed to be in flow, and if it's not, it gets very stagnant, and with stagnancy it gets swampy and starts to decay. So one of the main teachings from water is always that feelings need to flow through us, not get stuck in us, so we can be clear and clean and then use our feelings as a superpower and not a hindrance. So the card that's coming up though is pace yourself. The pace is how fast or slow you're going. And what's coming through for me to speak into regarding this is the pace that you are allowing yourself to go. And if you're going slower than you think you want to, getting into the trust and faith that it is exactly what you need. Not your human desires, but what you need. And actually, this is really coming back to the body. And your body can't go as fast as your mind wants you to right now, 99% of the time. And if you try, you're going to hurt yourself. So while things sometimes need to be done quickly, there is an energetic flow and relaxation and allowance for things to take the time they take that need to be in there. Because when we are rushing things, when we're saying I should be further along, I should be able to do more, all of the shoulds, they collapse your energy field and make you heavy and dense, and you miss out on so much of the magic. And that's really because when we should on ourselves, we are putting a belief on us that doesn't actually support our thriving. It's supporting our survival, and it's usually programming from something that's outside of self, right? The shoulds are never coming from soul. They're coming from whatever voice in your head from your grandfather or from a teacher or, a parent or something like that, or society at large that is saying you should be something different than you are. It should be what we say, not what you say. And this is a reclamation of our power by saying, we're going to go the way we need to. We're going to allow it to flow. We're going to do what we can, but we're not going to push so hard that we break. But if we need a little push to get momentum going, we will. There's a lot of nuance and a lot of balance to maintain the flow. And when we do, this is the air card that's wanting to come through. It's the mental realm, and it is the card of freedom. So when we access that level of trust and allowing instead of forcing, oh baby, that's freedom beyond belief. And so is this entire thing. The liberation that comes when we decide and we choose to go all in on the new paradigm frequency, and we let the old energy do its thing, and we release the old stuff and we heal it and clear it. Oh, the freedom, it feels so fucking good. It is better than you can even imagine. And it is this liberation where you can not only feel free to be you truly as you are and in this new energy instead of pretending to be something you're not. It also allows you to liberate the wealth of your soul, which has been holding so much of your magic, right? When we are not stuck in that old density, we have access to the all that we are, multidimensional shining stars that we are, with all of this wisdom from lifetimes, wisdom from our body, wisdom from the divine that we can access. This is what I help people with, by the way, inside my world. I help you liberate the wealth of your soul so you feel the freedom and the flow that your soul remembers and craves and knows. And yes, it's better than you can even imagine. It is so freaking good. It's not perfect, but it's the divine imperfections and the shit and the challenges that we overcome that actually bring us deeper into that feeling of flow, of freedom, of magic. Oh my gosh. There's just so many little pieces here. But what we are activating and moving into, especially in the month of August, is the unleashing of our light, right? Our light, our soul light that's inside, that has been hidden, or that we have hid, or that the programming has hid. When we release that old density stuff, we can access our radiant self, right? This is what the Leo energy is about in August, and also is my entire reason for being, right? Fire is the action realm. It is the realm of movement, but the radiant self is just a fire energy. That Leo archetype is shining, because that is who we freaking are. That light needs to shine through us, emanate from us, so we can be those pioneers and examples of what is possible. Now, at the end of August, we come into the Virgo energy, which is bringing in the sacred translation of how the details are going to make up the bigger picture. And that is going to also be a big part of it. That's where actually more of this energy of tending comes in as well. That Virgo energy of like, let's take care of stuff so that you can be in that radiant, shiny, divine expression of the truth and light of who you actually are. Divine shining stars is how I see all of you light workers and soul workers and light leaders and healers and people who have put their hand up to be the pioneer of the new paradigm. And I'm so grateful that you have been doing this work. And I really want to encourage you to make the choice to walk across this bridge right here, right now, to decide to live the new paradigm, even if not everyone's there yet, because they need you to show them how it's done. It doesn't matter that you might feel guilty, that you're not suffering like other people. You are required as a lighthouse to guide them towards that, because they don't know how to do it without your example. So we get to choose this now. We get to release that guilt and feeling like we need to be linked arm in arm with the people who are still in the old paradigm and suffering and feeling that fear and that scarcity. That does more harm than good at this point, because that old energy is like the cliff is crumbling. So what they need from us is for us to light the path, for us to embody that radiant light of divine truth and love in the frequency of that new energy, continuously emanating that divine light and love of compassion and grace and abundance and freedom and divine connection and all of these things that are going to feel so fucking good when you get there. And they're not instantly available just because you choose, but you will be given the resources and the tools that you need to get to that place once you make that choice. And you don't have to do it alone, okay? This is why I'm inviting you deeper into my world this month. I want you to come and play in my membership or apply for my mastermind so that we can normalize that frequency for you. So we can normalize being in a community of magic, of divine connection. And I can give you those most potent alchemical tools that are going to help you not only get there, but also sustain the energy safely, right? We're really in it now, folks, and you're doing an amazing job. My heart goes out to every single one of you who is wading through the density on this planet. And please know that I am not only rooting for you, but I am also cheering you on. If it feels resonant and if you'd like that support, join me inside one of my membership or mastermind communities. I am so excited for all of those of us who are making this choice, because the better it gets, the better it gets. And because the world needs us now, like shit or get off the pot. I'm going to say it again. We can't hang out or hold out in that old energy anymore. They need us to show how it's done. So I'm celebrating us all for surviving, and then also for choosing to learn how to thrive in this energy as the new world is being born. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. All of the links are just in the notes right there. We've got this. It's already happening. So let's have some frickin' fun with it.